How do I start waterfowl hunting? Alright, so that's a question I had, and I didn't have anybody really to answer that question. I didn't really know what to do, what was I gonna buy, what did I need, where do I hunt? I had to figure out pretty much by myself. So I'm making this video to give you tips on what I did and how these tips helped me become a waterfowl hunter. Led me to become in love with waterfowl hunting. So I'm gonna give you 5 tips today. These tips helped me, and so I'm giving them to you.
All the people that would laugh always thought we wouldn't make it. Fuck that new shit, we was sticking to the basics. Try to play it safe, we was stealing all the bases. Niggas trying to judge, we was closing all the cases.
Alright, tip number 1. Why do you want a waterfowl hunt? Why do you want to hunt, period? I had my own reasons. Mostly just because I like duck meat. That's one of the reasons, and always wanted to try it. So I had my own reasons of why I wanted to do it. So that's what I did. I just had a reason why, and you have to have a reason why. So it has to be a real why. It's not just because whatever, just because you want to. That's not a because when it's negative 10 degrees outside, that just because I wanted to is not going to get you up out of bed and into your duck blind. So have a real why. All right. Number 2 is wrong way. Try to find a friend that duck hunts or goose hunts or whatever. It makes it a lot easier for anybody that's in the lower southern part of Wisconsin or northern part of Illinois. If you want to get into waterfowl hunting, just drop a line. Be more than willing to help you out and take you on a hunt and give you some pointers, things I've learned over the last year. And it's good to have people you can ask to borrow stuff. So if you don't have good funds and somebody has a blind that you can use or something, it's good to have friends that waterfowl hunt. I'm sure somebody you know waterfowl hunts, even if they don't post it all over the internet. Guarantee somebody somewhere waterfowl hunts. And then most importantly, everybody says getting gear is the most important. First thing you should do is buy your gear. Don't worry about guns. I say negative, because you can have all your gear and wait till the very last minute to buy a gun and suck at shooting that gun. So I'm saying after you've done the first 2, I would definitely look into buying a gun. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. My first shotgun was a Remington 870. Get a gun, practice. Get a gun early and start practicing. Go shoot trap, go shoot some skeet, practice. If you can't hit clays, you can't hit birds, you're gonna have awful time in the duck blind, regardless of all the gear that you bought prior to that. So then the 4th thing that's important, obviously, is then gear. But just keep it simple. You don't have to go all out like I did and buy all this fancy gear. If you're not gonna like duck hunting or anything, then it'd be stupid to buy all this camo and all this expensive gear for no reason if you're just gonna end up selling it and not liking waterfowl hunting. So keep it simple. Get some camo, like a camo shirt, camo hat, something warm if you're in the upper states like I am. Get warm. Go to your local Army surplus store and get an Army jacket. Get an old, like BDU 1990s warm jacket. I'm telling you, it will be your best friend in the duck blind. I love mine. It's big, but it was $40, I think, and it's probably just as warm as Sitka and all that stuff. So definitely check out your Army surplus store. Has gloves and all that stuff, warm boots, waterproof boots, all that. It's a very useful tool or business, whatever. Army surplus, check it out. It's got camo, and you really don't need anything special as long as you're blurring into the background and not being noticed by the ducks or geese or whatever you're trying to shoot. Too easy. All right, get something to hunt in. So I don't know if you're going to be field hunting or you're going to be water hunting or what have you. You don't always need to hide in something because you can use the vegetation and stuff around you to conceal yourself, but it is helpful. So like a layout blind if you're in a field, or like I bought a kayak and then I bought like camo covering and stuff so I could sit and not be seen, but you don't need it. I've also hunted, took my kayak out and hid in the reeds and just sat up on like a beaver dam. And I killed ducks that way too. So you don't need something to help to shoot in, but it is helpful. I bought a boat, put a blind on it, so yeah, it is helpful. It's a lot easier, but you can do it without one. I've walked down rivers and hidden the banks and had the vegetation over me and let ducks fly over. There's other ways to do it. Then decoys. Decoys are obviously important. Just go on Craigslist. I spent maybe $100 on decoys when I first started. I got a few geese and a lot of ducks. People are always selling waterfowl hunting gear right after, January in some states to all the way up until September. I mean, they're trying to sell it all to get new stuff or whatever the case may be. Maybe they're just not hunting anymore. The guys I bought stuff from, all their friends left, so they don't hunt no more. So I got them for dirt cheap because they're just taking up room. Shit, I almost forgot. Alright, so you need duck calls and goose calls. Just get simple calls. I got one of my calls from Ducks Unlimited. I really like that one. And, so I donated money and that was the gift, was a free duck call. So that's one that I use primarily for ducks. I did buy another one, but it's expensive. Yeah, I mean, I used a flex tone. That was my first one, a flex tone, and that was $10. That was a duck call. And then my first goose call was a long reed. I didn't like it, but so I didn't really use it. I bought a short reed very soon after I started goose hunting. So that was the Primos, and that was $30. I'll drop both of those links in the description. And then I'd probably make another video about all the calls that I use. I mean, that's a pretty simple video. I'm not a good caller by any means, but I do practice a lot. So maybe one day I will be good, but right now I'm not. So yes, calls, very important. Almost forgot to say anything about it. So yeah, camo, hunting and something, decoys, calls. Important for number 4. 4 things for 4. Awesome, cool. The last thing I can say is just do it. Don't wait for anybody. I didn't really have anybody that took me out until like midway through the season. And my buddy's dad finally messaged me back, or I messaged him or whatever, and I finally got on his boat and he took me hunting. But I was out there almost every day scouting, just paddling my way to wherever I could, trying to find ducks. I just did it because I had a why. Alright, I had a real why of why I wanted to do it. So that's what I did. I just went out and I did it, and I haven't looked back. I loved it. That's my 4 or 5 tips on how to start waterfowl hunting. I'm gonna make maybe a couple more videos on maybe kind of the gear that I bought, and probably alternatives, because I bought more expensive gear because I wanted it to last longer. I'll definitely do a video on guns because I love guns, and there's pros and cons to what kind of waterfowl gun you get. So yeah, tune in next time when I talk about those guns or those whatever. Tune in next time. All right, if you want to check out this brand new team that I started working with, it's called Fowl Enforcement. I'm gonna drop the link in the description below. Check us out. We're just a group of guys and gals that are interested in anything that has wings. So check us out. We'll be doing videos and traveling and doing videos with the locals, so we're going to try to get in veterans and law enforcement and firefighters and EMS and all those people that help serve our country. Get out there and enjoy and talk to people and just document it and have a good time. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to see that, definitely go check us out. Give us a like on Facebook or follow us on Instagram. Thank you and have a good one, and I will see you next time.
Like we Indiana, man, we did a lot of pacing. A lot of niggas talking shit, we always had to face it. Everybody doubted and I told my nigga fuck it. Every day I see myself riding in the Cutlass. All my niggas ballin', you can't even make the Cutlass. Love for my niggas, these the only one I'm stuck with. Niggas making noise, I ain't talking Uncle Ruckus. Dropping cash money like a nigga wearing trumpet. Torn in between, nah, not Latoya Luckett. I'm talking about the money that be coming in the buckets. Along with the bitches saying we the one they fuck with. Or niggas with the fun saying we should always trust it. But as I move on, trying to put these feelings in the song. Dealing with this bullshit, niggas stepping to the scene, they be always plotting and they always try to hit a nigga up with the full clip. Yeah, but let me tell you what's the difference, cause none of my niggas walk around independent. Just in case you niggas jump flying, trying to flip shit. Josh Cohen in the post, you never get to finish. Yeah, and Roy is the team, and you already know what I mean. We already got this shit settled, killing shit with TY and Mellow Day 1.